Hey guys, welcome to Discerning the Times Ministries. This is Joshua David. I just wanted to come on today and talk about the upcoming food crisis and what it's going to do and what their plan is. You know, um, it's kind of common knowledge now. Well, I mean, you'd think so, but a lot of people have no clue what's coming. But there's a crisis when it comes to the baby formula already, which is huge, right? And people are limited with that. I go into Walmart the other day and they got no plastic bags, which is not a huge concern, but for Walmart not to have plastic bags, it's just different, right? But anyways, watching a few videos lately and something occurred to me that, you know, the elite have a plan. And we knew this a long time ago, but it's kind of stepped away from mainstream talking about population control. Okay. Now, I think the pandemic that we had a big thing to do with that. And I think that's going to continue with the people who have actually taken, but that will continue. But I really think that this food crisis is going to do a couple things. One, it's going to really affect the already poverty-stricken nations, Africa and many other countries who are already limited. And what that's going to do is going to have mass deaths. The Bible also talks about something similar. But also what it's going to do is it's going to focus major migration. And what that's going to do is going to have lots of people coming in from different countries to Western civilizations or cities all around the world. People are going to flock to the cities because they're going to believe that the food will be there, which is going to cause more of a crisis. But that's just our natural instinct, is to go where the food is. So that's a huge concern. But, these guys need to have their plan done by 2030. In fact, Klaus Schwab and I think it's the UN Secretary General signed an agreement the other day talking about how they're going to speed up 2030 because they've hit a couple of benchmarks and they think that they can speed things up. They're going to tell you that all these things are happening because they want to make a green world, which we already know that none of this stuff they're talking about is proven. But we're talking about plans that are going back 60, 70 years for a one world government, and how they're going to do it was kind of up in the air because they've been shot down multiple times on multiple different angles, but they've really just changed the wording of things. But now they have a real solid plan, and I think they know that. And I think the people, some understand what's happening. Some just don't even know anything about anything. And it's actually kind of shocking. And I think they're betting on that. But their plan is going to, ultimately have what they think to be 500 million people in their utopian world. That's going to be all green and whatnot. As a matter of fact, I don't think they're even going to, I don't think they think that they're going to get there. And they know for a fact that they can't get there with 8 billion people on the planet. They know that they shouldn't even try with that many people on the planet. They're not talking about it, of course, because it's mass murder, but they can't have more than 500 million people in this planet. That's why they call it a great reset. It is a great reset in their eyes, and that's what they want to do. 500 million. So how many people are going to die? Well, in their eyes. We know how many people are going to die because the Bible tells us. But these guys, they think life is cheap. They look at me and you and they think we're just a casualty for the better good of 500 million people. 500 million people being the elite and some slaves, basically, who are going to make everything work for them. And you know what? The crazy thing is a lot of these people, the elite people, they're very elderly. So they want to have this thing done. They want to enjoy the fruits of their labor. And there's technologies out there too that, it's actually kind of crazy. And they don't talk a lot about this, but can actually almost make you immortal. They can print organs. They can do lots of crazy different things. And I think the technology is far more advanced than we come to realize. So they're betting on that type of stuff, but they're also betting on having a a population as small as 500 million people. So this food crisis is going to be quite massive. They're going to understand that it's going to hit hard, and I don't think most people understand how hard it's going to hit. It's going to hit super hard. Not only that, I believe they're going to have a World War III scenario that's going to coincide with this food crisis, which is going to make things even worse. So, give your life to the Lord Jesus, because, let's just say, like, I'm not a date setter at all, but I like to guesstimate, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I'm not saying definitively this is this date, but I look at things that are happening, and I have discernment, and I'm not saying that my discernment is right even on this particular topic, but I can see things happening. You can coincide it with the book of Revelation and other books in the Bible, and you can say, okay, we're getting close. We're seeing signs, right? Well, if they're talking about 2030, and I believe their agenda is to take down the population to 500 million people by 2030, which is, things have to progress very quickly for that to happen in their eyes. I believe that a 7-year tribulation has to be in here somewhere. I just truly believe that time frame is legitimate, and I could be wrong. Don't get me, don't pinpoint me to that time frame, but I'm telling you that that's what I think is happening. That this 2030 date that's been flying around everywhere is their date, and I think God is in there somewhere. I don't know that, but I think his time frame is in there. I believe the 7 years, which they're going to be fighting for throughout this next decade, right? They're going to be fighting and fighting to make this happen, and killing to make this happen, and say it's for the better good. And we know that Satan has but a short time, and he's a liar, you guys. He's a deceiver, and look at the deception. And of course he's going to lie, steal, and murder, but then say it's for the better good, or it's benefiting you somehow. That's Satan in a nutshell right there, right? Deception. But I believe that the Lord has this time frame in his control. So, but if the people of this world are pushing for this time frame, the elites, and then ultimately the people are going to go along with it, they have to get a lot of things done in it. They have to have the mark of the beast done. They have to have certain surveillance. They have to have a famine in there. They have to have many things the book of Revelation talks about inside this time frame. Because I don't see it stretching out for 7 years and then it's starting, or even 5 years and then it's starting. We are in the brink of it. And maybe not right now, but in a couple months. Like, we're going to be into a poop storm, so to say, by this fall, because those midterm elections, they cannot let it happen. I just came out with a video talking about Roe v. Wade and their decision, and how the Democrats are pushing for this to affect the election. I truly believe that too, but I think it's more for the argument. I think it's more for them to actually fight against something so they can legitimize them being legitimized really as politicians, and not for an evil plan. Because life still has to go on, even though they have an evil plan behind it. But they have to kind of say, okay, yes, we're standing up for abortion, for women's rights, right? They don't care. But they know they're going to lose the election, so I don't think they're going to have it. So I think the big picture is they're going to get something like NATO and Russia, and maybe even have an attack in America, so they can tell the Americans, look, you have to stay inside. We're in martial law now. And this is just the way it is. We have to postpone the election. And then it's just never going to happen. You think they're going to give back power to the Republicans so that they can be investigated and the Constitution take over? No way. Not happening. So I just say right now, use discernment on the things moving forward. Pray like you've never prayed before. And, spread the gospel, because it could be that one person that is just waiting to be saved for the Lord to come take us home, because this is about to go down. And I'm set up. I have everything I need. Food-wise, gas wise, water wise, and Bible wise. You know, like those are the essentials, and not in that order, definitely. So, you know, that's what I see things happening. And also with the migration situation, it's going to flood the Western civilizations and the ones who have rights with people who have been not, or who have not had rights for the longest time. And it's going to basically dilute patriotism. So, but anyways, God bless you guys. I will see you soon. Bye.